Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Jeffy and this is my best friend Android the Chihuahua. Teeny buns, you gotta chill. For our design today, we're going to be pouring into the middle of this mold, and it's going to look super cool when we're finished because if you turn all the pieces a little bit to the right, you end up with a really cool design that you wouldn't think you'd get from such a simple little thing. This mold is really cool because it's small, so you can make a nice little batch if you don't want to do a lot, but it's also silicone, and you guys should know by now, I absolutely love my silicone molds. I think they are the easiest to unmold, and I just love how clean they are. So for today's project, I have picked a fragrance oil. This one is Harlequin Romance from Nurture Soap. It's a really good scent. I bought a teeny little trial bottle and I'm super impressed with it. I will probably be buying this one again. I would say this is a good scent for guys and girls. Kind of leaning more towards a girly scent. What do you think? He said it was okay. I think it's better than he seems to think it is. And the four colors that I thought would be the best with that scent are a beautiful pink, a purple, a blue, and a silver that I have not yet had a chance to try. All four of these colors are from Brambleberry. This one is the lavender mica. This one's the pewter silver mica. This is rose gold mica and stormy blue mica. So these are all kind of lighter colors too, which should give our bar a nice light feeling. Before I mix my oils and my lime water together, I want to get these prepared, and the way I'm going to be doing that is putting about 1 teaspoon of each of these into a separate container and mixing that with a little bit of oil. That'll just help these disperse really well. Then I'll mix our lime water and our oils and we'll come back and do our design. Next, I'm going to be adding in our fragrance oil, which is this Harlequin Romance from Nurture Soap. I'm also going to be adding a little bit of this sodium lactate. It'll just help us unmold a lot easier. Our batter looks really good, so now I'm going to divide this into our 4 different sections. I'm going to start in the middle and just put a little dot, and then I'm going to go in on top of that and try and get in the middle of it and just do another dot. And I'm just going to continue doing this in the same exact order till all of our batter gets used up. Our soap started setting up on us a lot quicker than I anticipated, so I ended up just pouring them one at a time. I'm really sorry, I just realized my camera wasn't on when I made those lines. I was feeling like we had a pretty good version of what I wanted, but it wasn't quite exactly what I wanted. So I ended up taking the end of a spoon. I started on the outside corner and went to the middle, the outside, middle, and of course outside, middle. And then once I'd done that cross, I started on the inside and I went out across each of those lines, and that is what ended up giving us this beautiful little flower pattern. I'm an absolute sucker for sprinkles, and I have this blue cornflower sprinkles or Enviro glitter from Nurture Soaps. So I think I'm gonna end up putting a little bit of this on the inside of our flower. Blue glitter really added a lot to the design. I absolutely love how this turned out. It was not what we were expecting, but oh my god, I cannot wait until we can cut this. This is our bar completely dry. I ended up going over this with a steamer. That just made our top really shiny and made our colors a little bit brighter. If you want to know a little bit more about this technique, I'll link the video I made on it below. I really love those sparkles in the middle, and I love that flower shape that we got. In this bag is a set of tools. My friend got me these items because they thought it would be really helpful for soap working, and I totally agree. They are actually for clay work, I believe, but these tools look really perfect for carving out cool designs in our soap. Another cool tool that came in this set is this little wire cutter, and I'm really excited to give this a try. I hope it works well because this just might be one of my new favorite tools. I did a pretty good job with our lines cutting this bar into 4 pieces, but as you can see with this line specifically, I didn't do a perfect job, so I went ahead with a ruler and marked about halfway. That way I would know where I'm going to want to cut to get 4 perfect bars out of this. And I'm just going to want to transfer from that little dot a dot on our bar so that I know where to cut. I don't have enough hands to do this next step on camera, but I'm going to be using this little wire cutting tool, and I'm just going to be cutting across from the little hash marks we made on one side all the way over to the other. All right, I give that technique a D- rating. As you can see from the top, it did cut a perfectly straight line. The issue I have with this though is it was really hard to cut through and it didn't really cut very straight inside that line. Like that's definitely gonna need to be cleaned up. But like I said though, from top to bottom, it did a good job. So I have to say, you can't beat a good old trusty knife. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use a knife to cut the rest of our bars into their shape. I found this flower design online and we're gonna try and make the same thing on top of this soap. Hopefully it goes well for us. So to begin with, I'm going to need to make a small circle to be the center of our flower. For the rest of our design, I'm going to be using this bobby pin. It seems a little odd, I know, but I was just trying to think of how I could get a thinner line so I could get such a small design onto a piece of soap, and this just popped in my mind as something that could be used. So we have our flower. Next, I'm going to try and add in some of those swirls. I don't quite know that I have enough room on this piece for as many, but we'll see what I can do. I did an okay job with my swirls. They aren't very symmetrical, and I would highly suggest doing a design that is not symmetrical. I don't know why I thought I could do that. If you get up close, you can see lots of little particles from the soap. An easy way to try and get rid of some of that is just use a little sponge and we'll just brush it off. To make my paint mixture, I'm going to be mixing some of this Super Sparkle Enviro glitter with some alcohol. All right, now I'm just going to go in and fill in all the places that we carved out. I'm really impressed with how this top came out. Now I just need to let this dry. I'm going to decorate the other 3 of these off camera, see if I can freehand some interesting designs, and then I'll show you guys all 4 of them at the end. All right, so these are our final pieces. I'm really impressed with that silver inlay. Our flower turned out perfect. I almost wish I did a flower on the other 4 so that they all matched, but I ended up doing these weird little designs and I think it's kind of cool. I love that it's all stemming from that shiny blue glitter in the middle. I'm really in love with this technique. I will say it took a lot longer than I was expecting. I also ditched that bobby pin pretty quickly when I found out the end of one of those tools was just about the same size and perfect for digging out all these little rivers. So definitely if you're into soap carving, I guess it's called, try and get yourself one of those really cool clay carving kits because it did a really nice job. And overall, I think that if I was going to make a project for a personal friend or someone I really cared about, I would definitely use this technique again. It was a lot of fun. It just took so long. I don't know that it would be worth it to make bars like this to sell regularly. But like I said, definitely check it out if you are into this kind of craft because it was a really fun time and the overall look of these finished bars is pretty wonderful. If you guys enjoyed this tutorial, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing for more fun soaping tutorials just like this one. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye!